Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kazuri Media. Today we are bringing you a very interesting topic as we look at our country, our government, and our development. Kazuri Media endeavors to bring to you on a daily basis actions revolving around government, be it on development, be it on the challenges that our government is facing, as we come together and say we are one Kenya and we are ready to support our government as citizens, for the government also to be able to work and offer the services we require as citizens. Today being a great day for us Kenyans, especially the youth and groups that are involved in climate change in Korogocho and Nairobi. Korogocho slum happens to be have a section along the Nairobi River that the president today visited and was able to kick off a project on climate works that will see members of the community involved in climate works for us to be able to regenerate and revive and clean the Nairobi River. Ladies and gentlemen, today the president was at Korogocho, and one of the best things to happen was his declaration to support the cleaning of the Nairobi River so that it can help us in environmental management and also be able to be part of the global environmental and climate works movement.
Ngong River and Mathare River, they are all divided in zones, and we are happy that these zones have come to reduce conflict and bring sustainability to youth through the projects that you and your government through the NRC are planning for us. And here we are having the projects that Scombrin Solutions are currently doing.
Mimi kwanza nataka niseme asante sana. Mnajua nilikuwa hapa mwaka hiyo ingine na nikawaambia hii mto wa Nairobi River lazima tuishughulikie. Si namna hiyo? Hapo katikati ile barabara ambazo zitatusaidia, na pia tunajenga manyumba ambayo itaweza kulipwa na mwananchi wa kawaida. Nyumba ya shilingi 3,000, nyumba ya shilingi 4,000 kila mwezi, na baadaye hiyo nyumba inakuwa yako. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Tunaelewana? Sasa hapa tutakuwa na mambo kama manne. Kwanza tutakuwa na works. Kila mtu apate ajira ya kutafuta riziki. Ya pili, tutahakikisha ya kwamba tunafanya mambo ya greening. Tunapanda miti, tunaondoa mambo ya pollution, tunaondoa solid waste. Munaona ile matatizo iko kwa hii ni supposed kuwa mto, lakini sasa ni sewage na ni sludge. Ni kweli ama si kweli? So, na hiyo
today we are able to see the president launch a program that will employ 200,000 young people countrywide. And for Nairobi, where the pilot program begins, 20,000 youths will be employed through this program. At Kazuri Media, we endeavor to enlighten our audience on the day-to-day activities of the government that are bringing change to our community. So if you look at our rivers in Kenya, most of our rivers, I could say, are underutilized. You cannot compare the activities or the hygiene in the Thames River in London, which is just a river like Nairobi River. The cleanliness there, the way the river is managed, it's at a certain level, very high level. The water is clean. Fishing can go on along the river. But if you look at our Nairobi River, from Ngong all the way to Ruaka, it's full of sewage, it's dirty, and very little economic or social development can go on along the river. There is a terrain along the river that could even be used for sports. Bike riding, nature trail, people who just want to jog. It's the only place that we can have, if well developed, we can have a very nice terrain for even a marathon. Because if you can walk along the river all the way from Ngong to Ruaka, I think that's about 45 kilometers of a distance of 45 kilometers that can be very useful to us if we put some work at the river. So I want to commend the president today for launching the program. And as the president has said, the chiefs and the administrators who are involved, kindly make sure you handle this project properly. Because we do not want to blame the president tomorrow for having failed when he has already done his part. He has come out and said, let's have the youth from this area work on this project. So it's upon the administrators and government agencies to make sure that what the president, the orders the president has given are properly executed so that by December, we can go for picnic along Nairobi River. We can start having commercial activities going on along the river. So with that, we are very grateful, and I ask all youths to apply immediately. The president said immediately after his speech, all youths who are eligible should apply. Tusikae nyumbani vijana, tuende to apply, let it be competitive. Wale 20,000 wenye tapata kazi kufanya kazi along Nairobi River, let's do it to our level best. Those will be given responsibility to supervise and to pay these boys. Make sure these boys receive their money so that they are working passionately, cleaning that river, and we are able to see some growth out of that. The climate is life. If we can't take care of our climate, then we will not be able to take care of our future lives. That is government for you today. Very good. I also want to bring to you a story on government, looking at the Minister for the CS Mining and Blue Economy, Honorable Hassan Joho. I wish to also inform you through our channel Government Today that Honorable Hassan Joho also made another huge step towards having a responsible oceans, inland waters, and fisheries development. Today, Honorable Hassan Joho attended the 8th meeting of the Organization of Africa, Caribbean, and Pacific States, OACPS, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The meeting brought together ministries responsible for oceans, inland waters, and fisheries to discuss the current state of blue governance, with a special focus on accelerating action for sustainable and resilient oceans, fisheries, and aquaculture in OACPS countries and regions. Governor Hassan Joho, now the CS Mining and Blue Economy, says this high-level policy discussion provided a platform for member states to share experiences, challenges, and the way forward in the marine conservation efforts leading to greater economic advancement in developing countries. During the forum, His Excellency Hassan Joho says he underscored the importance and need for the creation of a level playing field and mutually beneficial partnership amongst member states. There has been a very huge campaign towards blue economy, Recently, we saw East Coast rebrand to MOESA to accommodate more countries into the organization, bringing in Southern African countries to be part of the discussion and development of our blue economy. So in government today, Kazuri Media TV is also bringing to you a step made by the CS mining and blue economy. Also, not to forget, the day before yesterday, we saw the CS for energy, Honorable Opio Wandai, also attend or go for a walking tour whereby he was able to visit the Kengen or Karai geothermal fields, one of the country's key baseload power projects. He committed to supporting Kenyan in their endeavors to harness our natural resources responsibly and sustainably for the development of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to make sure each and every day you are able to know what is happening in government and what government is doing to ensure that we have a better country and a more developed country. Also, more on CS Honorable Opio Wandai's activities. We must say the working style of the Energy and Petroleum CS Honorable Wandai reminds Kenyans of the time when a minister was a minister. You know, the days of Thomas Joseph Mboya, Mwai Kibaki, Munywa Waiyaki, Odongo Mamo, Dr. Robert Ouko, Elijah Mwangale, Omolo Kero, and not to forget His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, who was also the super energy minister before. We want to commend His Excellency Honorable Opio Wandai for the good job he's doing at the Ministry of Energy. Also at the Treasury, Honorable John Badi has promised to reduce VAT from the current 16% to 14%. This is what government is doing today, and we take it very positively. On the other hand, also, we cannot just look at the positive end only. As citizens, also, we are saddened and not very happy by the occurrences that are going on at the JKIA. In our position at Kazuri Media, we have a letter written by one Krishan Duty Tiwari, country manager, Adani Energy Solutions Limited, Kenya, who made a press release. If you allow me to read, I will read for you the press release by Adani. As you all know, there have been demonstrations at the JKIA over the privatization and the contract that has been awarded to Adani Group. And in the press release, Mr. Christian says, Adani Group denounces baseless accusation and threats. Nairobi, Kenya. Adani Group, a global conglomerate committed to infrastructure development and sustainable growth, is deeply disturbed by the threats of demonstrations targeting our ongoing projects in Kenya. These unsustainable allegations are not only harmful to our reputation, but also hinders our efforts to contribute to the nation's progress. At this point, I think Adani must be loving Kenya more than Kenyans, but let's continue and listen to Mr. Krishan. We would like to reiterate that the Adani Group has been awarded contracts through a rigorous and transparent bidding process. Our involvement in projects such as the JKI renovation and Ketraco transmission lines is a testament to our capabilities and commitment to delivering world-class infrastructure. The suggestion that we have awarded ourselves this contract is not only false, but also defamatory. We urge those making such claims to provide concrete evidence to support the allegation. But the most interesting part is the next paragraph. Mr. Krishna Dut Tiwan continues to say, furthermore, we would like to caution those planning to participate in demonstrations that such actions could have serious consequences. If these threats persist, we will have no choice but to reveal the names of government stakeholders who have benefited from our investments. Government stakeholders who have benefited from their investment. Additionally, we'll also publish the names of individuals who have received sustainable bribes from our company. Number one, I think Krishna Dut should be charged for giving out bribes because it's illegal. And at this point, I think Kenyans have the right to demonstrate, because if this letter is authentic, having been signed by Mr. Krishna Dut Tiwan, and this letter clearly shows that the company has bribed some Kenyans, and we'll urge them not even to wait for the demonstrations to continue. They should just publish the names and let us know who are these government officials who have benefited from their investments, and who are also these individuals who have received bribes from the company. Mr. Krishna continues to conclude and say, Adani Group remains steadfast in its commitment to Kenya and its people. We will continue to work diligently to deliver on our promises and contribute to the nation's economic growth and development. It is so sad that JKIA, which is very instrumental in our transport industry, can find itself in a situation whereby citizens, government, and investors are unable to come out and put clear pathways of improving the infrastructure and developing the place. Vested interest is really affecting the interest of Kenyans in JKIA, and as many Kenyans are saying, it is time we resolve this, and it is time we named and brought to book all those corrupt people, be it investors, government officials, or private individuals who could be involved as cartels who want to enrich themselves at the expense of Kenyans who sit back waiting for development through government and private partnerships. That having said, also, many citizens are not very happy. There is rumor going on that the Hillside School that lost children the other day, I think about 21 children, also has another 70 missing, and no one knows where they went to. Up to now, Kazuri Media is yet to confirm if truly 70 children are missing from the school. But God forbid, assume 70 children are missing from the school. That will be something worse than what we had in Shakahola. Because if, assuming a house goes on fire, and a couple of children, the dormitory goes on fire, and a couple of students are able to jump out through any which way, they should not be found anywhere further from the school. In our settings, a village is the most guarded place. If 70 children will walk into a village, they won't even go past a kilometer without being noticed. So we also call upon the government as citizens, the government to come out and clear the air on this. Because we've also heard that there's some 93 children in Uganda, in Gulu in Uganda, who are being held to awaiting sacrifices. This was on a video which was viral, and it is claimed that a DCI agent had leaked out that kind of information. So as Kenyans, we are very worried. We also hear there was a blackout just after the fire, and ambulances were seen going to JKIA, where some skeptical people also are beginning to think, after they heard about the Uganda issue, leak exposure, that there are 93 children awaiting sacrifice. They're even beginning to imagine that a private plane could have been used to transport our 70 missing children to Uganda. But at Kazuri Media, we must say that we are only trying to highlight this so that if the rumors going around are real, then it's time that government comes out to clear the air so that as citizens and parents, we are able to sleep knowing that there's nothing like that occurred, that all the students that did not succumb to the fire at the school are safe, and the only loss we are counting, and I must not say the only loss, the big loss that we are counting are the 21 children that succumbed to the fire and the 14 that got injured. But if there are any students missing, then it is time that the government comes out clear to allow us to know what happens. So without much ado, I want to say Kazuri Media will continue to provide you with news on the day-to-day activities of our government, be it positive or that which we really would not wish to say, but we must say when government is at the top, we must say it and applaud them for that. And when government is doing poorly, we'll have to say, so that we are the tool. We are the voice of Kenyans at Kazuri Media, and we ask you to like, subscribe, and share. Coming to you live from Kazuri Media TV. This is Niels Tolbert Achayo.
Nice.